of snowboard boots may be the most important piece of your riding equipment. A good pair of boots will give you the ability to ride with better control, comfort, and style. But with thousands of options, how do you choose one and feel confident that it will be the best fit for you and your feet? The style of a boot is often the first thing people think about, but the key things to consider are function and fit. First, narrow your selection by thinking about what type of riding you will be doing. The purpose of a boot should fit the flex of the boot. Beginners often prefer a softer boot because softer boots can be more comfortable and they can be more forgiving while learning to make turns and while pulling out of sketchy landings. Also, park riders often prefer a softer flex while balancing on rails, doing presses, and tweaking grabs. But if you are a more confident rider, a stiffer boot will help you quickly find and hold your edges and spend more time on big kickers or out of the park on steeper terrain at greater speed. Like a ski boot, these boots will hold you in a rider's stance with your knees bent forward. While this stance helps with carving and control, it can also fatigue your legs over a day of riding. The flex of most boots is usually in the middle ground between soft and stiff. This mid-flex can go all over the mountain from the backcountry to the park. Ultimately, it's up to you to choose what feels best for you and your riding style. You can find many styles of lacing systems. Some boots will have a traditional boot lace. These allow you to adjust how tight or loose you like your fit, from the width of your toes to the top of your ankles. But these can take time to lace, and for some riders it can be hard to get them as tight as they may like. Many brands feature a boa system. This features a ratchet and cable. These will tighten with a few turns of the dial and can be easily done with gloves on. They also release simply by pulling and releasing the ratchet. These are becoming a more popular option for many people, but they can be hard to repair if they're broken. And only a dual boa system will allow for micro-adjusting between the ankle and the toes. A speed lacing system combines both approaches of the boa and the traditional lace and give you a faster lacing system while also allowing for micro-adjusted tightening between both the toe area and the ankle area. Find the boots with the features that apply best to your riding style, and then select a few to try on to see which has the best fit. The biggest deciding factor for any boot should be the fit and feel. Once you have a few boots in mind, have a boot fitter measure your feet. Not only the length, but also the width and general volume of your foot is important to consider. It is also important to measure both feet, as many people have size differences between their right and left feet. It is important to know how high or flat your arch is, as well as your heel shape. A good boot fitter will help walk you through these measurements and help guide you towards appropriate boots for you to try on. But keep in mind that your measured size is only a guide, since many boot companies will size their boots differently. Women's feet will often fit better in a women's specific boot model. These boots will often have a more narrow heel hold and will also have a more open calf area at the top of the boot. But fit is always key, so if a woman's foot fits best in a men's boot or vice versa, then the best fitting boot is the boot they should get. Boot liners will range in quality and comfort and will be a big part of how well a boot fits. Most inexpensive boot liners will pack out sooner and lose their supportive fit. A better quality liner will form to your foot better and keep supporting you for more days on the mountain. Snowboard boots will feel tighter than your everyday shoe and can feel off-putting at first, but it's important to remember that a snug fit is your friend. Give yourself some time when trying on boots. Don't rush, and be willing to keep searching if you don't find just the right fit. When you put your boots on, wear the socks you will wear when riding. Always let your foot tell you what is fitting the best. Slide your foot into the liner, tighten the liner and boot. Make sure your heel is all the way back, and then get into a rider's stance with your knees bent forward. In this stance, your toes should pull back from the front of the liner, just enough to wiggle and be relaxed. Be sure to judge the fit of the boot when you have your knees bent forward in the rider's stance, and not when you're standing up straight. Your heels should not be too loose, but your feet shouldn't be painfully pinched anywhere either. A loose fit when riding will be more work controlling your board, and it can even lead to blisters. Comfort is key. The goal is to find a boot that makes comfortable contact all the way around your foot and ankle without being pinched in any areas. When you pick your perfect boot, you can often fine-tune the fit with heat molding liners and custom footbeds. Hopefully a friendly boot fitter can help you with this process. If you have any questions, feel free to swing by our shop, give us a call, or check us out online.